Welcome. If you've ever driven through South Orange County and noticed those imposing stone walls, ornate iron gates, and guardhouses staffed around the clock, you've glimpsed into a world that most people only see from the outside. Today, we're going inside. My name is Randy Orr, and I've spent the past 30 years working in the luxury real estate market right here in Laguna Niguel. I walk through the doors of hundreds of homes in this city, homes perched on hilltops with panoramic Pacific views, homes with custom wine cellars and infinity pools, homes that represent the pinnacle of Southern California living. And today, I want to take you on a personal tour of 5 of Laguna Niguel's most sought-after gated communities. Now, not all gates are created equal. Some of these communities feature what I call push-button entry, a keypad or call box that residents and their guests use to enter. Others are fully manned with professional security personnel staffing guardhouses 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We'll talk about those distinctions as we go. We're going to move through these communities in ascending order, from entry-level luxury all the way up to some of the most exclusive and expensive residential real estate in all of Orange County. So whether you're a buyer exploring your options, a real estate professional brushing up on your marketing knowledge, or simply someone who loves beautiful homes and wants to see what happens behind those guard gates and looking at the lifestyle of Laguna Niguel, this one is for you. Let's get started at the beginning. Our first stop is San Joaquin Hills, and let me be clear from the onset. When I say entry level in this context, I mean relative to the other communities we'll be discussing today. We are still talking about multi-million-dollar homes. We're just starting at the more accessible end of the Laguna Niguel luxury spectrum. San Joaquin Hills is actually a broader community that contains several distinct subdivisions within its gates. You'll find neighborhoods known as Somerset, the Knolls, and Glen Cove, each with its own character, but all united in the way that is a distinctive architectural signature that makes San Joaquin Hills immediately recognizable to anyone familiar with the area. And what is that signature? Stonework, lots of it. The exterior elevations throughout San Joaquin Hills are heavily influenced by stone. Stacked stone accents, stone columns, stone-clad entries. It gives the community a grounded, almost European feel. These aren't the stucco and tile roof tract homes you see elsewhere in Orange County and in Laguna Niguel. There's a substantial architecture here, the weight and permanence that signals quality the moment you drive through these gates. Now let's talk about the homes themselves. Square footages in San Joaquin Hills range from approximately 2,300 square feet on the smaller end up to over 4,000 square feet on the larger floor plans. You'll find both 3, 4, and 5 bedroom configurations, and garages are a mix of 2 and 3 car depending upon the specific floor plan and subdivision. Keep in mind, real estate markets move, so always consult a professional such as myself for the most current data and information. Currently, prices range from about $2 million up to about $3 million. That puts entry price for San Joaquin Hills right around the $2 million mark, making it one of the most accessible luxury communities in Laguna Niguel's gated community landscape. There are actually 2 guard-gated entrances that are manned 24/7. It's private, it's secure. For buyers who want the lifestyle of a gated community, the security, the exclusivity, the pride of the address without necessarily stepping into the $5 million and above market, San Joaquin Hills presents a compelling option, and that stonework, it photographs beautifully. Listing agents like me love it. Our next community is one of the most unique offerings in all of Laguna Niguel, and arguably in all of South Orange County. Laguna Sur is a gated enclave that blends 2 very different housing types into a single prestigious address. Luxury attached homes, and a small collection of custom estates. That combination is rarer than you might think. Most gated communities here are one or the other. Laguna Sur is both. Let's start with the attached, because that's where most of the activity in this community takes place. The luxury condominium residence in Laguna Sur range from a size of approximately 1,900 square feet on the smaller end to just over 3,400 square feet on the larger floor plans. These aren't your typical condos. We're talking about residences with volume ceilings, high-end finishes, and in many cases, this is where it gets very exciting. Extraordinary ocean views. I want to tell you about a transaction my team handled personally in this community because I think it illustrates exactly what Laguna Sur represents at its best. We recently had the privilege to represent the buyer who purchased one of the largest floor plans in the community. The home was 2,894 square feet, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath residence positioned on a cul-de-sac street, and the view. Dead on ocean views, not a peekaboo of the ocean between two rooftops, not a sliver of a view visible from one corner of the deck. I'm talking dead on ocean view, straight out to the Pacific. That home sold for $2,889,000 to our buyers. And in my professional opinion, the buyer got an extraordinary value for what they actually acquired. When you factor in the square footage, the bedroom and bathroom count, the view quality, and the upgrades, not to mention the end of the cul-de-sac location with a guard-gated community that presents exactly the type of opportunity a sophisticated buyer in this marketplace would be looking for. Beyond the condominiums, Laguna Sur also contains a handful of custom estates, true single-family homes for those who want the privacy and architectural freedom of a custom build while still residing within the gates of Laguna Sur. These estates are fewer in number. They rarely come on the market for sale, and when they do come to market, they command attention. Laguna Sur occupies an elevated position in Laguna Niguel that's elevated probably at the highest peaks that our city has to offer. And that is special. The community was thoughtfully planned to take advantage of the natural topography. Drive the streets at dusk, some evenings, and you'll understand why buyers are willing to pay the premium price to live here. Now we begin a step into a different tier entirely. Welcome to Palmia. Palmia is another guard-gated community, meaning there is a staffed guardhouse at the entrance, not simply a keypad or a call box. When you arrive at Palmia, you're greeted by a security professional who verifies your identity and the reason for you being there. It's a meaningful distinction, and it's one of the things that makes and separates Palmia from many of the others in the city. The homes of Palmia occupy some of the highest hilltop residential estates in the entire city of Laguna Niguel, equal to Laguna Sur. We're talking about the upper ridge line, the elevated positions from which views are nothing short of spectacular. Many of the homes in Palmia have ocean views, and not marginal views, but insane, broad sweeping panoramas that on a clear day stretch all the way to Catalina Island. Price-wise, Palmia homes currently trade in the range of approximately $4 million to $5 million. These are substantial homes built on generous lots with architectural detailing and interior appointments befitting their price point. If you've spent time in the luxury real estate market, you know that $4 to $5 million in Laguna Niguel buys you a very different home than $4 to $5 million in other areas of Orange County. Here, that budget gets you land, sky, views, and space. Palmia represents what I often describe to my buyer clients as the sweet spot of Laguna Niguel guard-gated living. You have the prestige of full-time security. You have arguably the best elevated positions and views in the entire city. You have homes in the $4 to $5 million range that feel every bit as impressive as that price tag suggests. And you have that guard gate, that tangible, daily reminder every time you enter the community that you live somewhere that takes both security and your privacy very seriously. For buyers transitioning from the $2 to $3 million range in areas like San Joaquin Hills, Palmia represents a meaningful step up in prestige, in security, infrastructure, location, and overall home quality. It's a community that serious Laguna Niguel luxury buyers are absolutely on the hunt for. Our next stop is Ocean Ranch, one of Laguna Niguel's most recognized and respected guard-gated addresses. And like San Joaquin Hills, but on a different level, Ocean Ranch is not a single monolithic community. It's an enclave composed of three distinct subdivisions, each offering a different product at a different price point. Let me walk you through all three. The first and most accessible of all three of the Ocean Ranch homes are called the Executive Edition. These homes built by Shea are tract homes, one of the most respected names in California luxury production home building, ranging in size from approximately 2,800 square feet on the smaller side to over 3,400 square feet for the largest of the four available floor plans. Recent sales in the Executive Edition have been in the range of approximately $2.3 million to over $3.6 million. And that price range starting just over $2 million represents the entry point into a community of this caliber. That speaks to both the desirability of Ocean Ranch and the quality of what Shea can deliver when they build tract homes. Step up from the Executive Edition and you've arrived at the Residence. The Residence Collection, also built by Shea, but just at a higher specification and occupying larger floor plans. The smallest home in the Residence Collection comes in at about 3,200 square feet, overlapping those executive homes by one floor plan, while the largest plan reaches over 4,600 square feet. This is a meaningful jump in size at 4,600 square feet. You're looking at a home that handles both everyday family life and large-scale entertaining with ease. Recent sales in the Residence Collection have been ranging from the mid $3 million range to over $4.7 million. And then there are the custom homes in Ocean Ranch. Alongside the Shea production homes, Ocean Ranch also includes a collection of fully custom single-family residences built one at a time. One-of-a-kind homes designed from the ground up to reflect their owner's specific vision. These represent the top of Ocean Ranch collection, and they are priced accordingly. Taken all together, Ocean Ranch offers something relatively rare in the gated community world, a range of options with single prestigious addresses. Whether you're a buyer at the mid $2 million price point in the Executive Edition, or you're looking for a custom home well above $5 million, you're coming home to the same guard gate, the same manicured streets, the same Ocean Ranch address, and that address carries real weight in this market. And now we have arrived at the top, Bear Brand Ranch. If you have ever been in the Laguna Niguel luxury market for any length of time, this name needs no introduction. Bear Brand Ranch is widely regarded as one of the most prestigious guard-gated communities, not only in Laguna Niguel, but in all of South Orange County. This is a community that operates at an entirely different level, and every element of it, from the security infrastructure to the homes themselves, reflect that. Let's start with the gates. Bear Brand Ranch features full-time 24-hour manned guard gate entry. No keypad, no call box. This is a professional security personnel on duty around the clock every single day of the year. If you ever have someone excited to tell you, we're going to a party in Bear Brand Ranch, you know the first thing you have to do is make sure you're on the list, because if you're not on the list, you are not getting in. Even if I'm showing homes in the community, the sellers must call me into the gate. That's top-notch security. I cannot get in without that appointment. That level of security provides a very real and meaningful sense of privacy to the residents of Bear Brand Ranch. These are people, executives, entrepreneurs, professional athletes, entertainers, and their families who place genuine premium on knowing exactly who is and isn't on their streets at any given moment. The 24-hour manned entry delivers peace of mind in a way that no automated system can fully replicate. Now, let's take a look at the homes. Every single home in Bear Brand Ranch is a custom home. There are no production floor plans here, no builder standard options, no community-wide repetition of the same three elevations. Every home was designed and built as a unique architectural statement. Let's talk numbers because they tell the whole story powerfully. On the recent lower end of the Bear Brand Ranch sales spectrum, we saw transactions at about 5.2 million for an 8,000 square foot home. Stop and think about that for a moment. 8,000 square feet. That's a home with room for private cinema, a wine room, a home gym, multiple guest suites, a resort-style outdoor entertainment area, and it represents the entry point for the recent Bear Brand Ranch sales. Now let's go to the other end of the spectrum. The most notably recent sale in Bear Brand Ranch was a home that sold for $16,250,000. This was an 8,100 square foot home with a residence that comprised of a total remodel with special ocean views and a gorgeous custom finish throughout every room in the home. It was stunning. When a home sells for over $16 million, you can be certain that every detail, from the flooring to the hardware to the landscaping, was executed at the absolute highest level. And there's something I find genuinely fascinating. We haven't even seen the ceiling of what Bear Brand Ranch can produce in terms of sales price. There are homes within the community that in the right market with the right buyer could theoretically command somewhere between the range of $20 to $25 million. These are homes of extraordinary scale and quality that have not yet been successfully brought to market. Their owners either have not been motivated to sell or simply not needing to. When a community ceiling is potentially $25 million, it tells you something profound about the caliber of people who choose to live there and the property values in the community and its support. Bear Brand Ranch is not just a community, it's a statement. So let's take a step back for a moment and look at the full picture of what we've covered today. 5 gated communities, 5 different tiers of security, exclusivity, price, and lifestyle. And together, they paint a remarkably complete portrait of what Laguna Niguel's luxury market has to offer. At San Joaquin Hills, you're entering the gated lifestyle with homes starting right around $2 million, featuring that distinctive stonework architecture and 2 24-hour man gates. At Laguna Sur, you're in a unique hybrid community where a thoughtfully purchased luxury condominium with genuine ocean views can be acquired at a price point that frankly surprises even experienced buyers. At Palmia, you're stepping into another full guard-gated community, living from one of the highest hilltop purchases in the entire city. $4 to $5 million, dramatic views, round-the-clock manned security. At Ocean Ranch, you have the flexibility of multiple home types from Shea's Executive Edition and Residence Collection to a full custom-built home, all behind the same prestigious guard gate. And at Bear Brand, you're at the pinnacle. All customs, all prestige, 24-hour man gates, homes ranging over the $5 million price point to potentially $25 million. I don't believe there's anywhere in Laguna Niguel, and honestly, very few places in Southern California that can compare to 24-hour man gate communities. I've been fortunate to have been immersed in this market for 30 years now and actually living in one of these communities. I've opened the doors of homes in each of these communities. I've sat across the table from buyers and sellers whose lives have been shaped by these addresses. And what I can tell you with absolute certainty, Laguna Niguel's gated communities are not just real estate. They're a lifestyle, a choice. The person who chooses San Joaquin Hills has made a statement about what they value. So has the person who chooses Bear Brand Ranch. The details are different. The price, the square footage, the security levels, all different. But the underlying motivation is the same. A desire to live beautifully, privately, and with intention. If you're a buyer exploring any of these communities, I invite you to reach out and connect with me. I've had the pleasure and honor to have represented both buyers and sellers in all of these communities, and I can share with you the nuances between the subdivisions, both subtle and distinct, in the context of everything that's happening in real estate right now is remarkable. If you have questions, if you want to explore these communities further,
If you already have started a conversation with somebody and you just need a little bit more information, I'm here. This is what I do. I love Laguna Niguel. I love helping people in luxury communities. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.